Girl, let me just say this. This pic behind me and the one that's going to be on the thumbnail for this video ain't on accident. I just want y'all to see what all y'all hard work of defending these heifers done got y'all. Y'all ready to talk about it? Cue the music! Oh yes, bitches and hoes. I'm back.
I drop a player like it's nothing, it ain't working out. Now no debate or for discussion, bitch, I'm walking out. My time is money, I ain't loving, let you toast it out. Flip my weave and walk it out. Look how I just bossed it out. Now come on, baby, why you bugging? We can't talk it out. I keeps it moving, I ain't tripping, lost another spouse. I'm just a boss, it's in my blood, no, I won't scream or shout. Grabbing my keys.
Cause oh yes, bitches and hoes, I'm back. Back with another video, and we here to discuss when the field slave wants to get approval not approval, wants to get a pat on the head from the house slave. Who might I be speaking of? Field slave number 1 and field slave number 2. Now we done spent this whole season and maybe a season before this talking about colorism. They treating these girls wrong because they dark-skinned girls. They just picking on them because they hate them because they dark-skinned girls and they got things going on. This dark-skinned. And guess what? And they was eating it up. But now look at them. The same people y'all defended them from is the same ones they graveling knees at. Girl, I never liked Wendy. I just started feeling sorry for Candy Eyes, but no more, says the people. You two Sambos gonna have to figure it out moving forward. Don't come up under my comments talking about this is wrong because blah, 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 blah. Y'all did all of that, and these two heifers is still kissing ass to the same girls y'all was defending them from. Don't want to hear. Let's get into the damn episode. So the episode opens up. They back from MIA, finally. The trip from hell. They done got back to the doggone States. Well, they were still in the States. I forgot they don't take them nowhere far. Not like the Atlanta girls. You know, they don't go all over the world. But, they done took these heifers back to, D.C., you know, on a spirit flight. And they back. Karen is in her sauna trying to decompress from all the liquor she had. Ashley is over there still TikToking for her life. That's why your man don't want you. You're childish. Girl, get off of TikTok. That ain't why he don't want you. He really don't want you because you don't possess the things that he wants, such as wine, Dixon. But that's a whole nother story. But still, get your ass off TikTok and take care of them children. You got the nanny doing every damn thing. Mia is opening a center in D.C. and somehow we don't give a damn. Mia, we don't care. Robin and Gizzard is doing a podcast and their claim is blowing up and they nominated for an NAACP award and had millions of downloads. Girl, who is watching Reasonably Goddamn Shady? Who? It reminds me of when Robert said that everybody was buying them soft-ass baseball caps. Who is wearing them caps and who is listening to this podcast and why? Somebody please let me know. I ain't never listened to it. Don't plan on listening to it. Ain't downloading no episode. I get enough of Batman and Robert over here on regular TV. I don't need to hear extra hour of Batman and Robert spewing light-skinned devilness. I don't need to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But according to them, the NAACP, the National Association for Light-Skinned Colored People, is nominating them for an award. And I'm saying, who y'all going up against? Girl. You know, the NAACP been light-skinned for a long time now. A long time. It makes sense if it's the truth. Because I'm still trying to figure out who wearing them soft-ass baseball caps. You better put them in the beauty stores. They probably still won't sell. Put them at the gas station. I don't know. Maybe the ones off the road. You know, people just need to stop by, use the bathroom, and pick something up and go about their business. Anyway, they're going over. They're going to have a live show with their assistant. And the guest stars is supposed to be Ashley and Wine Dixon. Now, is Wine really going to be there? Because, you know, Wine's got a lot on his plate, allegedly, from what's happening up there at the school. Is he really going to be there? Because, you know, he don't really like Robert anyway. He really would prefer to be with Michael. But Robert keeps sticking her, you know, masculine hand in the way of that. And he really don't, you know, care to be with her. So he might not make it. He might get another wisdom tooth pulled. You know, get a major surgery. He might schedule a kidney removal so he don't make it down there to Reasonably Shady. We'll see here in a minute. Anyway, Giza said the twins got a birthday party coming up and they don't want her there. Those are smart girls. Angel and Adore, y'all are very intelligent girls. I wouldn't want her or my raggedy papa was a Rolling Stone as Paul down there at the doggone venue. You don't need to be there. Them girls turning 16. Get a couple chaperones, go drop your shit off, say happy birthday and get your ass up out of there. Then you don't need to be there. You are Jamal, who want to sell weed down there at the church. Jamal wants to sell weed down there at the church. He wants to take our young boys off the street, clean them up, show them how to farm and all of that, so that they can farm all the weed he needs, that he can make more money because the people ain't coming to the church. If I was Angel in the door, I wouldn't even want no birthday party just for fear y'all gonna drop something off and somebody was gonna see you. So she claimed her girls hate her. That's why they don't want her at the party. They don't hate you. They just don't like you, girl. You still their mama. Robert said she tried to go over the prenup on her on the vacation down in the MIA, but she never got a chance to. Girl, you stop lying. That man is not gonna marry you. Michael already said it. Why are we still lying? Just like Ashley is lying about the divorce, you lying about this wedding and this marriage. Girl, that man ain't never gonna marry you. Free wine. Free wine. Free him. Give him free. Free him so he can go be with who he needs to be with. Getting on my damn nerves. But Gibson asked about Wendy apologizing and said, girl, I heard she had a whole different tune when y'all was down there by yourself at the doggone club. And so, Robert goes on to explain how Wendy was groveling at her feet and getting her knees dirty and scraping her knees, begging for Robert's forgiveness. And in my mind, I was saying, ew. Wendy, you want to be like these girls and be in the vicinity of these girls so bad that you would go into tears and say how you cried about not being her friend and you wanted to get it back to where it was as if it was ever anything. You walked in the door not knowing these heifers and taking their side. Let me tell you, listen, I'm a dark-skinned black girl. So when I say this is including me too. Dark-skinned black women have a subconscious inferiority complex with light-skinned women. Hear me out and I'm going to say it again. Dark-skinned black women have a subconscious inferiority complex, not all the time and not all of us, but a lot of us, either we have it or we have had it against light-skinned women, because we know that typically our men find them more attractive. We know that typically they are white adjacent, so they get privileges that we dark-skinned nappy-head women don't. And I ain't gonna say we nappy-head, but that's how they, society view us. They know that the light-skinned girls are the prize, allegedly, but they get cheated on just the same. And I feel like Wendy, being the darkest of the dark, knows that she's not going to be viewed as feminine or soft or pretty, so she goes out of her way to be that. But yet when Gizzard and Robert brings it up out of her, now instead of her saying, I said what I said because it is what it is, y'all gonna see me how y'all gonna see me regardless, you would rather grapple at the feet of Satan and Satana for their forgiveness than to say I was right and I'm gonna stand on what's right. Did Johns Hopkins call you and tell you were suspended? That's why you had to make sure you secure the bag on the show because you ain't going to have no job to go back to. I'm trying to figure out why you was apologizing and crying to Robert like she did something, like you did something extremely wrong to her. And when you do that, it validates everything Robert thinks that she feels is true. And it's all false. I hate it for you. 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 And now you just stoop down again. Knees all scraped up, ankles all hurting, toes all hurting, because when you kneel, sometimes you be on the ball of your foot and your toes, be stuck to the ground and the back of your foot be raised. So now the ball of your foot is hurting. You need to go see a podiatrist or somebody because you want to cry and grapple at the feet of Robert. All y'all hard work down the drain. All the Twitter fingers, all the thumbnails, the thumbs y'all been using to save Wendy, the whole Save Wendy and Candy Eyes campaign was for nothing. Look at it. Look how happy she is. Look at all them teeth. Next time, mind y'all business. Let them heifers, they getting paid to get disrespected. Let them heifers get disrespected and then we go on about our business. We got to stop taking what we have internalized with us and putting it on these girls. Let these heifers, okay, Auntie Ruckus, number 1, and Auntie Ruckus, number 2, deal with what they got to deal with. Let them devils drag them through the mud next time, please and thank you. because it's to no avail. This is what she wants. Yes, sir, massa. I sure appreciate you, massa. Thank you, massa, for accepting my apology. Yes, sir, massa. Yes, sir, ma'am. What they used to call the women back then? Ma'am, whatever. They used to, yes, sir, ma'am. Yes, sir, ma'am. That's what they want. Look at it. Look. So she down there telling Gizzard that she was over there crying and acting a fool, but she don't know how true it is, because she said she said that when we one-on-one, but she don't want to say it in front of the group. So now Robert goes on to say Candy Eye's still mad because she pulled out the speaker on her and put her on blast. Gizzard feels like, well, how she gonna be mad when she went on live and said it? And for the one time I'm with Gizzard, Candy Eyes, you went on Instagram Live. You know people screen record shit as soon as you say live. And you went off on everybody. You didn't single nobody out. You said everybody. And you dragged them girls. How you gonna get mad when she bring that to the forefront in front of everybody? You said what you said. Stand on it. But she said she gonna meet up with Candy Eyes to see what's up, because, you know, she was crying in the car and all of that. You know, and she didn't want her to be mad. Moving on. Candy Eyes is on the other side preparing for her MBA party. She done got her master's in business administration. Shout out to the black girls for getting degrees. I want us to get degrees in something that we really could use. A master's in business administration ain't gonna help you negotiate no contract no more than it would if you didn't have it. It's just all about being able to read the lingo, having the correct attorneys, and knowing what all these big words is. It ain't got nothing to do with no business administration, girl. Anyway, but I am happy for you, Candy Eyes. She's having a backyard party like Kale's. She's got a tent coming up back there. The backyard look like it's about the size of a sidewalk or alleyway. But she gonna go ahead and cover the whole backyard with a tent. Chris is back there asking her how big the tent gonna be. She don't know. She just picked one out. And then he start asking about the guest list. He said, so who all coming? Is Karen coming? She said, we got to have Karen down there. And she said she's gonna invite her because she needs to apologize to Karen, because she did say that, even though she don't remember because she was drunk. The producer had to remind her that she said it, but she said it must have been the liquor and the that devil and demon I was talking about Ashley. Girl, no, that wasn't what it was. What it was you said what you said and you feel how you feel. You just got scared when she called you out for it and you act like you didn't remember. You remembered. Y'all ain't had that much killing to drink. What y'all was drinking? Sparkling wine, girl, please. You said what you said. Stand on it. This episode should have been called Stand on It instead of cleaning up the mess. Stand on it. But anyway, then she tells what's his face, Chris, that she's 2 days late on her period. Yeah, 2 days late on her period, and she didn't say 2 days. She said just a little late, meaning it probably was supposed to come down Monday, today Thursday, and she's excited because she ready to have a family with Chris. And asked Chris if he excited. He looked scared originally, but then he came to and said, yeah, I'm excited as well. She's ready to have a baby. Well, Candy Eyes, remember all the horrible, nasty, vile things you were spewing to Ashley when she was pregnant, even though she deserved a lot of things, but a lot of the pregnancy things and fertility things and all that stuff you were spewing to Ashley, that might be God paying you back. The Lord might be saying, Candy Eyes, you will get pregnant when I say, not when you say. So go do all your eggs and all of this. You won't get pregnant till I say you have accepted accountability for being so nasty to other pregnant women. You talked about the girl looks. You talked about her fertility issue. You drug for pregnant Ashley. This might be God paying you back. Girl, your period coming. Give it a little minute. You just stressed out. That's what happened when you're stressed out. You know what I'm saying? Your period come a little late. But she said she want to be a fertile murder. Girl, ain't gonna happen. Let's move on. Karen and Matt is planning her live show. Now, Miss Karen, I got to call you to the red carpet now. Now, you said you want to do a live show. When Miss Karen started doing live shows, I know we just heard about the struggle show that Gizzard and Robert putting together. Miss Karen, you are notorious for taking people's ideas. Now, granted, don't get me wrong, you take it a step up. Because when Matt came in, the dude who she said she been knowing since she was 17 or whatever, he came in talking about ball gowns and special guest music artists come in and drag queens and kicking off Pride. Oh, it sounded like a production. But Miss Karen, when you started doing live shows, stop taking people's doggone ideas and updoing them on them, because you do be doing that. You updid Wendy on that goddamn candle. But anyway, she tries to she did shade the Reasonably Shady by saying, they got their little live show coming up, and in this group the girls always do the same thing at the same time. False, Miss Karen. The girls don't do the same thing at the same time. You be stealing them girls' ideas, okay? I got to call you to the red carpet. Love you to death, but I got to call you. Okay? You stole them on candles and made them better with 3 wicks, because she only had 1 wick. Now you're about to do a live show and make it a doggone event that Reasonably Shady wish they could have made it as. Them heifers ain't got 2 nickels to rub together. Why are you about to updo Gizzard and Robert? I'm here for it though. But Matt was like, well, I mean, that's a podcast, right? They doing a live podcast? Like, yeah, man, it don't make sense to me. But Miss Karen, I had to call you down here to the carpet now. You stealing ideas. Let's move on. Wendy and Eddie is coming back from Chicago. Not Chicago, not the Chi, not Chi-Town, Chi-Town, Chicago. And I've always wondered, do you have like a speech impediment, Wendy? Like, maybe your tongue is real heavy. Or maybe, I don't know what it is, but she, for some odd reason, can't pronounce Chicago. She calls it Chicago. Chicago. You so smart and you can't even pronounce a goddamn city. Chicago. But she said, right after she came from Miami, she went down there to Chicago to speak at another school. That's why your ass is that's why you're on the DI's list now. Sit your ass down, Wendy. Sit your ass down. You're running all over the world for what, girl? You're speaking at all these places for what? The check? Why? You just came from Miami getting kicked out and crying. Now you're going to go do a doggone keynote speaking event talking about y'all had them nasty ass deep dish pizzas. I done lived in Chicago after Katrina. It's alright. It's alright. Eddie had to doggone correct you on the pronunciation of the word or the state, the city, I'm sorry, not Chicago, Chicago, but you still getting your confessional and messed it up again anyway, girl. Wendy, I can't stand you. I can't stand you, fat. I ain't gonna lie. I hope they find somebody to come and replace you that's going to give us more wow factor, that ain't going to be trying too hard. And then that'll give you an opportunity to sit your ass down. Because your mama just came out the hospital from running record. And now you go run record. Talking about you got kidney stones and all of that. And you waiting to pass them, but you tired because it hurt. And you want to go have them removed. Like Eddie said, how you going to have them removed and you ain't got time? You got a whole long schedule. Like, how you going to get them removed and you ain't got the time to get them removed? You're going to fuck around and find out, Wendy. You going to fuck around and find out. I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like you. You one of them girls who just want to be down. You want to fit in with the in crowd. So you going to do whatever it takes to fit in with the in crowd. You're around here about the age 30 years, going around being keynote speakers, and you got 3, 4 stones stuck up your ass, and you refuse to sit down so you can pass them. I don't like that girl. I'm sorry. I don't like him. I don't like her. Eddie tells her once again to prioritize her health. She ain't gonna ever do that, Eddie. Let's move on. Because she talking about Al Capone say Chicago. Don't put that white man in this. That white man ain't got nothing to do with your speech impediment. Let's move on. We move to the next scene. Robert meet up with Candace to talk. And this is where Robert, I really hate you again too. I don't hate you. I just really don't like you. You are using a situation that's happening with your stylist to get sympathy from the audience, but it didn't work because, masculine people, even when they cry, they still give off a sense of strong, right? So we still didn't, we don't feel sorry for you. I feel bad that you use your stylist sister-in-law or sister and brother-in-law, their tragic demise, to get some tears out of Candy Eyes, which don't take much. You didn't drop not one tear, but yet you're going to use that situation as it's been rough because your stylist sister and brother-in-law, God bless the dead, has been untimely, has met their untimely demise. Robert, if I was your stylist, I'd have called and cussed you the fuck out. And I would have told you, bitch, that's why I ain't never liked you, and I'm going to cut your hair off next time I see you. That was dirty. You sat up there and used that. I don't care what nobody say. Call me insensitive, what you want. I ain't see a teardrop. Let me get off of that. This thing tight as hell on my head. Anyway, Candy Eyes, how's everything? You know, she come in the door crying because she's groveling at Robert's feet too. Why are y'all giving Robert this type of... Ooh, Lord. I would have rather y'all grovel at Gizzard's feet. I ain't even gonna lie. If y'all was groveling at Gizzard's feet, because at least Gizzard is the fan favorite or unfavorite. But Robert, I'm so sorry you're going through this. Robert, I'm so sorry you're going through this, you know. And life is short, you know. You know. And Robert gets in her confessional, yes, because, you know, life is short. No tears, mind you. Life is short, and I just want to move on with the people that I care about. Apparently, Wendy ain't one of the people you care about. Anyway, so, Candy Ass begins to grovel at Robert's feet as well, King Robert, and tell her that she's sorry. But she don't understand why you would bring that speaker out in front of everybody. You could have pulled me to the side. Robert said, girl, you said I wasn't loyal. And I was there for you when Gizzard was around there saying your husband was making her feel uncomfortable. I stood up for you. Me. That's who. And you gonna get on your live and tell everybody you feel like I was fake and unloyal? Girl, how dare you? That's what Robert was saying. Candy, I said, I'm sorry. So sorry. I'm so sorry. I just want to say I'm sorry. Her knees getting dirty and scraped up. Ball of her feet hurting because her toes bent to the ground and the heel of her foot is up in the air. I can't. Well, I could stand Candy Eyes, but I can't stand Wendy. But y'all both look lame as hell. And I wish y'all would have stood y'all ground. The fans had y'all back. But y'all care so much about being in proximity to light-skinnedness that y'all did all of this. Go on this big crying apology tour. Wendy crying, now you crying. Candy cries, all y'all cry. I'm going to start throwing crybabies at the window. The Candy, not the real baby. Y'all get on my nerves. I don't like y'all. I'm sorry, I don't like y'all. But Robert said, you question my loyalty. Don't you ever do that, you dark-skinned heifer. And Candy, I said, I promise I won't do it again. I promise I won't do it again. Anyway, Candice want to move on, girl. So do I. Moving on. Mia is at the grand opening of her joint chiropractor clinic. It ain't really hers. It's for what's that man name? G. It's for Gordon. He's just using her as the face and getting the publicity from the show. But she's opening her one. This the 15th one they opening down there in DC. It's very near and dear to her heart because DC is where she grew up at. But I thought you said you grew up in Miami. Mia, you be lying your ass off. Anyway, she, you know, that's where she from, so she wanted to do one in DC. She's happy to have unveiled this one. Her and Gordon has been working tirelessly, telling everybody else what to do to make sure this goes off without a hitch. And the producer asked her how she's funding all these businesses. Is it all Gordon's money? Is it y'all money put together? Do y'all have outside partners? How is y'all affording all of these goddamn businesses? Well, Mia don't know because Mia ain't in on none of the businesses. I tell you what we do know, Mia ain't putting no money in on this. Girl, please. You ain't opening none of these businesses. This is Gordon's businesses. He's just letting you do it, girl. But yeah, she told the producer she don't know, but she don't want to talk about lawyers and stuff, girl. That's because you don't know. Just like Ashley didn't know that they didn't even have a doggone non-profit or whatever she thought they had. Y'all have us just left in the dark. I keep hearing footsteps, baby. Well, in the dark. That's what y'all saying in the dark. While y'all husbands around here frolicking and making business deals in your name. Anyway. So we find out Mia don't know a goddamn thing because she don't own a goddamn thing. But she's happy about this doggone event that she's gonna do. She said they had an investment that fell through that the producer asked her about. She said she ain't know nothing about it. We just said that. Karen comes and Karen says she comes in because she don't throw away her friendships. You better than me. Mia could have kicked rocks with no shoes on. And Karen asked where her mama at and if her mama coming. No, my mom's not going to be able to make it. Girl, her mama don't want to be around her like she didn't want to be around her back in the day. Duh. The mama was like, you're not about to exploit me no more on this doggone show. Girl, bye. See, you wouldn't want to be here. So the mama not coming. It looked like they had about 12 people there. She got up and gave her speech and cut this ribbon with 3 people behind her. Shout out to Mia and Gordon. We don't give a good goddamn about no chiropractors because black people typically don't go to none anyway. Let's move on. We move to the next scene. Ashley go see Uncle Lump so that she can cry about the fact that it's getting real. Michael is ready to commit to the peen and leave her with them boys. Ashley, you big head, lollipop, sour patch head heifer. You know what pisses me off about women like you? You know the women who, going through divorces, but y'all about to be set up financially for life. Or at least for the life of them churn. Y'all sit up there and cry and I don't know how I'm going to make it. These boys are going to have to depend on me 100% and I'm scared. Meanwhile, we got women who work in the lower class and in the lower class and in the middle class who take care of 4, 5 kids and they make it happen. They ain't got time to sit down and cry about it. But you privileged heifers. You privileged heifers. Y'all want to sit down and have sympathy or try to get sympathy from the lower working girls, and we not here for it. We not here for it. Your auntie already told you, look, girl, you got family and friends. People gonna be here. Then you start crying, talking about, and then Michael, he had an argument with me, and he said he wanted to spend time with Dean, and I said, well, just do it when I get back, because I wanted to take Dean and Dylan over, and then Michael started yelling at me. And he took Dean, and I just took Dylan, and I left. And Dean was yelling for us to stop, and it's just getting really bad. I don't know, Michael, no, he don't want me no more. Oh, Michael, you don't want me no more. Shut up, bitch. Girl, anyway, yeah. So she crying and acting a fool. Uncle Lump looking at her like, girl, sit your ass down. Like he said, you gonna have to believe that you got the help you need. But see, it ain't about belief of having the help she need, Uncle Lump. Uncle Lump. It's about the fact that Michael is committing to a peen. Michael told her at the beginning, allegedly, that it was only to, it was only for him to taste a little every now and again. But now he's ready to make it a commitment to wine. And she don't like that. She's scared. Let's move on. Candy Eyes go pick up Miss Dirty from the airport. We see Miss Dirty. We ain't seen her all season. Miss Dirty. She done came through and gave the girls a line or two. Miss Dirty can't stand Chris. But Miss Dirty came to, because we all know she don't like the fact that her daughter, as successful as she is and as successful as she want her daughter to be, she went and found the brokest white man on earth and brought him up. She felt like you could have just went and got a black dude for that. But anyway, she gets picked up from the airport and Candy Eyes lets her know. Well, before this, Candy Eyes said her and her mom ain't had the best relationship, but at the end of the day, that's her mom. What can she do? It is what it is. Girl, okay, whatever. You gotta live with Miss Dirty, not us. She tells her mama that she's 3 days late for her period, and Miss Dirty said, well, go ahead on. Now you're gonna be able to stop cussing around them churn. When you when you get a child, you gotta stop cussing. Candy Eyes disagrees, and I'm on Candy Eyes' side, even though your ass ain't pregnant 3 days later. Them children gonna know I could cuss, but you better not do it. I know it's a bad way of parenting, but it is what it is. Don't shield them children from what they're gonna see in the world. Don't do it. Anyway, so Candy Eyes basically talks about how her mama gave Chris an apology and he just gonna have to accept it. Well, he is gonna have to accept it. Miss Dorothy cut y'all ass off, then y'all gonna be dead in the water. He damn sure gonna have to accept it, even though she ain't really apologized. Moving on, Angel and Adore ride to their birthday party and they love the party. And every chance they got, rushed their mom off to the side. All right, go ahead on. Now, Gizzard is so self-centered that she decided to have an adult theme issue or situation next door. Them children don't like you. They love you, but they don't like you. But anyway, she goes back on the memory she had of her girls, and all she could remember was there was some big babies. There was 8 pounds apiece. Gizzard, you have a problem. Pastor Holy Ho arrives. And he goes in and greets the girls. Ashley, Sharice, and Robert arrives. They introduce Jamal to the girls, as if we all wasn't there for the dragging of Miss Monique Samuels when she called him Pastor Holy Whore, passing that peen all around the congregation. Girl, we all know Jamal. Everybody knows. Matter of fact, too many people know Jamal. If you ask me, you know what I'm saying? But she introduced Jamal to the girls. They go over to give their speech, and Jamal's speech is, he's happy he ain't never had to bail them out of jail. Well, Jamal, they are better kids than you and Gizzard ever was. Gizzard gets up there and say, I love my daughters because they are what I, could never have been at their age. You're the first mama to ever admit that. A lot of women are jealous of their daughters for that very reason. Shout out to Gizzard for at least admitting it out loud. But the girls was like, well, all right, hurry up, snap y'all pictures, get the hell on out of here. as they should. She said her girls are confident and strong, and she wished that was her at her age. Gizzard, you were supposed to be the light-skinned bomber. What happened? Moving on. It's the day of the backyard party for Candy Eyes. She's excited to celebrate. Miss Dorothy goes outside and see a brown snake out there and said, "Oh, I thought you said Gizzard wasn't invited. Look at Gizzard on side the house." It was a key, Miss Dorothy, but if Gizzard comes on social media and drag your ass, Candy Ass, you better not fold a napkin and shed a tear or even say nothing. Miss Gizzard, if you want to run in the middle of the street and play with these big 18-wheelers like Kaya said, you got to know you're going to get hit. Y'all better tell y'all mama stay up out of that, because I saw how who mamas that was got into it, Mia Moore and Wendy Moore. Y'all tell y'all mom stay up out of it, because see, if it was me, I'd have drugged you for filth. Miss Dorothy, you ain't your poncho swinging over your shoulder. Girl, I would have drugged you and that damn poncho. Candy Ass, get your mama. Anyway, she said her and her mama, Chris and her mama is fine. We already talked about her giving that half-ass I ain't apologizing thing. Robin and Sharice arrives. Wendy come in saying, "Come on, 2 degrees, come on." Here she go again, looking her nose down at you bitches. Y'all gonna get it one day. I mean, getting her confessional. It's not 4, but you know, it's 2. Girl, ain't nobody stupid enough to go get 4 degrees. All that debt for what? For what? You could be a professor with a master's degree. Hell, you could be a professor with a bachelor's. Ain't nobody gonna get all them goddamn degrees. Sit your ugly ass down, Wendy, you tootsie roll. I don't like Wendy. Anyway, looking her nose down at people as she always do. It ain't 4, but I guess it is what it is. Ashley is over there admiring this family who all dressed alike, talking about that's what she aspired to be. Not today, Satan, because you took that test and the Lord said, "Not this time. Try again when I feel like you ready," as he should. It's hot outside. The girls is fanning as if there's a sun outside. It looked very dreary to me, but I don't know. Maybe that's humidity by that water. Karen asked Robert when the wedding was going to be. Robert said they still finalizing details or planning details. Karen was like, "Well, girl, what's up? We'll see. When is the wedding?" She lets Karen know that she ain't having no wedding. It's going to be something with just her, Wine, and them 2 boys. You know why? Because it ain't going to happen. And she'll be able to coerce her churn to lie and say they had a ceremony. But at the end of the day, they ain't getting married. Wine is ready to go off with his man. Allegedly. That man ain't about to marry you, girl. Karen said now she want to not invite us out to her wedding after I invited her to my wedding, and then want to tell me mind my business. But girl, you done made it my business the way you running around here acting like y'all getting married. Like Karen said, just say you want to shack up and move on fast. We don't need to go through all that. We ain't got all that to go through. We really don't need to go through all of that. And I'm with Karen with that, you know. So as Karen gets up to go, Wendy comes slither over again, as she always do, slithering with the hump in her back to lift her rump. And she wants to have another conversation with Robert. She wants to get her knees dirty and scrape and scratch again to Robert, just to make sure Robert knows that she was sincere. Karen did not want to witness the gawking of Wendy to Robert, so Karen said, "Let me go find my man. You know, it Ray old. I gotta make sure he don't fall asleep somewhere." So she gets up and Wendy sits down and said, you know, I want to touch bases with you. I know we had a conversation before at the club where I was crying and acting a fool and sucking and gawking and all of that. But I wanted to come back and reaffirm and reassure you that that was genuine, girl. Because I want to suck and gawk again so you can know that I was telling you the God honest truth. That's how I feel. I just want you to know how I feel. How I feel. Sorry. She wants you to know she's sorry again, girl. She already put her knee pads on this time. She don't want to get her knees scraped. She just would get them a little dirty. She put the knee pads on this time. So as she give her whole "I'm sorry again" speech, Robert is looking at her like, "Bitch, I don't care." Robert said, "You know, I feel some type of way because when it's me and you one-on-one, it's a different energy. But when we around everybody else, you feel like it's a debate and you got to one-up me and make me look bad and all of that. So I'm confused as to why that don't be the same energy when everybody around. Why you pulls me to the side?" Now, I give you this, Robert. You're right. She do try to make everybody look bad. She loves to make people look like they're beneath her when the whole time she's at the bottom, scraping and scratching and scraping her knees to get up to the top. Mm-hmm. Wendy said, you know, they say a drunk person speak a sober mind, and I was telling you that I really was sorry, and you right. I probably shouldn't have said what I said about you and wine and wine not wanting your ass, and how y'all ain't gonna never get married, and that you know y'all don't even have a relationship to care about, and that Wine Dixon don't give a damn about you. I shouldn't have said that. That's what she said. I shouldn't have said that. So I want to scrape and scratch my knees again to tell you that I'm sorry, girl. What more do you want from me? Is what Wendy was over there asking. And Robert said, well, girl, I guess I'll accept your apology. Then had the gall and the balls, the cojones, to look at her and say, I sure hope you don't expect me to say nothing back, like as if I owe you something. Ah! Look at Wendy. Well, you don't think you should apologize for, you know, being mean to me? You were mean to me. Please, Robert, can you please apologize, Robert? Do you need me to get back on my knees? Please, 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 Robert. And then Robert was like, I mean, I guess, girl, look, I guess I'm sorry. I mean, whatever. Oh my God, Robert! And this is what we get behind us. The people out here in social media world, mind y'all business when it comes to these heifers. I said it earlier in the video and I'm going to say it again. Next time Batman and Robert, a.k.a. Robert and Gizzard, a.k.a. Satan and his spawn, decides to drag Tweedledum and Tweedledummer through the mud and ice them out and do them dirty, mind y'all business. Because see, y'all doing all this activism and working all of this to, you know, colorism, and this is all they wanted. Look at them teeth and them gums. Look at them. That's all they wanted. Y'all mind y'all business. That's all I'm saying. Stop going at people for having a difference of opinion, because at the end of the day, they're going to leave y'all out to dry to make sure they good with their daddies. Robert and Gizzard. You get it? Made me sick, girl. It just made me sick. Anyway, just to end this all out, Ray decides to be a man. Well, no, let me retract that. As a man, because that's what Ray is, Ray decides to go put his young bull aside, talking about Chris, and was like, bro, I get you feel like you didn't do nothing wrong to Gizzard, but don't you think it would be cool if you just go over there and say, you know what, bro, you know, Gizzard, you know, I know you got the same thing I got with Robert, but I ain't trying to do that to you. Let me just apologize. Chris said, no, I ain't apologizing because that makes me look like I did something wrong. I'm with Chris on that. Because just like after Wendy apologized and scraped her knees, Robert got in her confession, the first thing she said was, I'm glad that I'm validated in the way that I feel. If he apologizes to Gizzard, then he's going to make Gizzard feel like she was right for going around lying, saying that man made her uncomfortable after admitting that he didn't do anything to make her uncomfortable. I'm with Chris on that. But Ray was like trying to be the bigger person, and Chris was like, nah. Candy I said no, and we definitely not going to apologize, because what's she going to say come out of this conversation? We're not giving her that opportunity again. I'm with you when you're right, Candy Eyes. Ray, you tried. You're not wrong in asking him to do something that, you know, you feel like as a man he should do. But ultimately, I'm with Chris. Chris feel like I'm not apologizing to that because that's an admission of guilt and I ain't did nothing wrong. Say what I said. I'm with Chris on that. I'm with Chris. Chris gets mad and walk out as Candy Eyes gives a toast to her mama for being an example of getting 18 degrees. Chris walks out talking about he ready to slap somebody or whatever the case. And that's it. That was the end of the episode. This shit lasts longer than I needed it to last. Drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all thought about Wendy and Candy Eyes with their scraped knees this episode. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Don't forget to follow me on my other platforms, Twitter and TikTok at Voodoo Doll TV, and I will see you hoes later. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the Voodoo Doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the Voodoo Doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.